You're listening to The Burning Truth. Hello ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes, I'm your host Matt Burns, and unfortunately the reason why, if you're coming on to this episode now and it's a bit later than usual, I do apologise. I actually originally had one already started live before my usual shut-off time. Unfortunately, the last time I was doing this, the feed decided to mess up, and unfortunately, I ended up having to restart the equipment. So, unfortunately, I've actually got to do a complete restart of this week's episode. So, if anybody who had been previously listening to it beforehand, and if anybody has been listening again, I do apologise for repeating myself and everything. But I'll have to go from the bottom, from the top, to make sure that this week's episode is thoroughly covered, and I'll try to get through it as quickly as possible. So with that, please check out the UK Debate tomorrow, as there will be a new roster reveal. It could be a single person, could be a tag team, who knows. We'll have to wait and see who it is. So please check out on their social media, most likely their Facebook. And let's get down to wrestling news. Now, unfortunately, I've got to start this episode with some unfortunate news, which is a Mae Young Classic competitor, a previous competitor of the Mae Young, tournament, which is Vanessa Craven, is now actually officially injured, and surgery is required. Now, unfortunately, the injury was sustained on the lower leg and ankle, which requires fixation surgery, and as such, she has stated that it will most likely take time to heal. If anyone wants to see the image of that, you may be able to find an image of it on Vanessa Craven's on her social media, possibly on her, most likely where I saw it, which is on Twitter. Now, I will say the visual is quite a little bit graphic, so please be advised. Or of who's checking it out, visual discretion is advised, just in case. But I do actually hope that Vanessa Craven does actually make a quick, fast recovery and is able to get the surgery all sorted and is back to wrestling in no time. Now, with that piece of news out of the way, let's get on to WWE Crown Jewel. Now, what do I say about this event? Plenty to discuss. I'll get some, I know I have a rule that I normally don't make any big reveals, talk about any spoilers, anything, because if anybody wants to hear about them, they can check them out on the website and everything. But usually I don't do any spoil. I try to keep it very spoiler free to allow everybody enough time to watch it. Now, with the event only being on Friday, not everyone, 3 days. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should have watched it by now." Not everyone might have the availability that everyone else has. So, for anybody who has not seen this, please skip ahead quite a bit, because I will just be stating I will be going through the mention of Crown Jewel, and over certain topics of it, and I will be doing a bit of a comparison at the end, with WWE Crown Jewel, comparing it with WWE Evolution. But with that, I'll just get on to the information for WWE Crown Jewel, which is WWE World Cup. Great idea, great concept, building up brilliant. And in case if anybody was listening to the previous live feed of this week's episode, I'm not going to go on a rant as much as I did like last time, but I will just state, build up was all great. unique matches, unique setup, and it looked like we're going to have Miz and Dolph Ziggler in the final. Nope, that isn't the case. Now, I would bet that nobody predicted who was going to win the tournament, which was Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is best in the world. No bad, not stating that because of that used to be CM Punk's or Chris Jericho's line. Not that they've fallen out with WWE lately. Or have they? But the problem I have with this is the fact that this stating Shane McMahon's best in the world. How is he best in the world when he wasn't even in the tournament? And when people started chanting CM Punk's name, he's not invited in the tournament. Yet somebody who wasn't in the tournament won the tournament. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. It just felt like I felt as though Shane McMahon winning the Best in the World tournament basically buried anyone in that tournament. And I think Corey Graves said it best on the commentary. The whole tournament's a farce. Why has this happened? It was just unbelievable. Unbelievable the fact that they went through all that just to have a McMahon be proclaimed best in the world. Now, to me, that just seems like it was, the only way I can see this progressing further is if Shane McMahon is actually going to be turning heel. Which I can't see happening. I really can't. And if it's not that, then this is more of a pure ego thing. And if that is the case, then that is bad. That is very bad, very unprofessional, and I feel as though what a bad way to put down all the wrestlers that were involved. Before the final, every match was looking great. Now, what was so stupid is the fact that, yes, I will state that WWE Crown Jewel had a lot of controversy involved, but the fact that you've managed to create more controversy by having Shane McMahon win the World Cup to proclaim he's best in the world, even though he wasn't in the tournament. Absolutely stupid. I just feel as though it's ridiculous. Because you've got Shane McMahon getting involved, throws himself in the tournament. Why wasn't Baron Corbin allowed? Isn't he the acting Raw GM? Does he not, It's just absolutely stupid. Is he GM or commissioner? I think he is a commissioner. I think he is. He was basically running Raw. So why couldn't he put himself in it? What, because Shane McMahon's got more authority? Yes, he is on SmackDown, but the fact that it's just stupid that was just massively stupid how they did that. For all we know, we could have even had Stephanie McMahon on screen saying, "Oh, Baron Corbin's in the match now, well, let's make it a triple threat." It's just stupid. But anyway, let's move on from that subject, and I will, unfortunately, because I've already skipped one subject I originally discussed it on the previous live, which was Hulk Hogan. Great to see him back, but a host role, yeah, I thought it was interesting, but you could see he was towing the line, doing what's best for the company, and he did everything right. He tried his best to get the crowd pumped up as much as possible. Now, the only thing is, with him being the host, I thought he would have been more involved instead of just doing the introduction. But, baby steps. Great to see Hulk Hogan. Absolutely doesn't hurt the program. And who knows, could lead to seeing him more often. As I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his merchandise is back on sale on WWE.com. Or WWEshop.com. So, they're not ignoring an icon anymore. Now, I've now got to bring up a topic that is going to make my blood boil, regardless of whatever I do. Brock Lesnar being the new Universal Champion. Now, Roman Reigns, I can honestly say, unfortunate that he's had to vacate it. Now, why have WWE, instead of pushing on, moving away from Brock Lesnar, and pushed on with Braun Strowman? Now, yes, I thought it was stupid that Braun Strowman got turned heel, but it looked like they were correcting that, potentially. It looked like they were. And instead, they've been given a chance to turn him back face, and they've got a window of opportunity. Now's the time. He's still popular. You haven't done too much damage by trying to turn him heel. The fans are still cheering for him. The fans are still saying, "Get these hands!" And you have Brock Lesnar beat Braun Strowman. You've just got the title off a part-timer. Why would you put it back onto the said same part-timer who hardly defends that championship? It's just idiotic. It is. Unless you've got some sort of big, massive deal with UFC, what, Brock's going to defend it in the octagon? What? I can't see UFC agreeing potentially to that, but, or making a mockery of UFC. I can't see that happening. It's just stupid what they've done. Okay, at least we get Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles at Survivor Series. Yay! But I thought there was more to it with Braun Strowman because he's already got Drew McIntyre on his heels. Boom. There's your story. I've Brock still face AJ Styles. Still make a great match. But no. Unless Brock Lesnar is losing it at TLC to Braun Strowman or somebody else, I can't see much. And if they do keep it on the Beast Incarnate while he goes far for UFC, I just think that will be just the end of the Universal title. Because that title right now means jack. It means nothing. Roman did his best while he was having to take time off to put that title over, and he did a good job. He did. He managed to do more work for the short reign that he had than what Brock has done. I just feel as though the Universal Champion being Brock Lesnar just doesn't fit right anymore. It needs to be on somebody who's there every week, defending it weekly. And to make matters even worse, he didn't just beat Braun Strowman. He jobbed him out. He jobbed Braun Strowman. In less than 10 minutes. Less than. Baron Corbin. Clock with the title. Oh, my bad. F5, 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 F5. Kick, F5. Braun Strowman only hit a kick, and as he went for a big move, F5. Wow. Well done, WWE. Great way to literally send the middle finger to the crowd. Now, last time I checked, the crowd is what make the superstars. The fact that you've gone back on them straight away, straight back to Brock Lesnar, just says to me, you've given up. You're doing what you want to do, and what makes it worse is people will still be paying for it. And I feel as though we're now in the realm of WWE can do whatever they want because they're at the top. Nobody's challenging them. And it's unfortunate that we're having to get through with this matter of what they've done. Now, in regards to the Universal Championship, I can't see looking into that much further anymore, because straight away, will it be defended on Raw this week? No, he's not even going to be there. Correction, he's not even defending it at Survivor Series. He's going to be against AJ Styles. Fair enough, great idea, great concept, but again, we are going back to what had been done previously. He's not going to be turning up. He's on limited appearances, so that belt is going to go off screen, never to be seen again. What was the whole point? Anyway, moving on from that, main event, DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. Great match. Now, unfortunately, from that match, Triple H has managed to have an injury, which was a right pectoral muscle that happened during the match, which is massively unfortunate, and hope Triple H is able to get back to being medically fit and being back on TV screen, because he has been entertaining. But supposedly Shawn Michaels already stating he is going back to the normal. Hope he does, but I also hope he doesn't at the same time. I hope the rumours that what's been circulating, which is that Shawn Michaels could be the Undertaker's WrestleMania opponents for his final WrestleMania. Now, that'd be interesting, but we'll have to wait and see. Right. Now, in regards to Crown Jewel and Evolution, I know a lot of people might say, oh, Evolution wasn't as good. They weren't using the top-notch ring. They're doing this, doing that. Between the two events, I feel as though Crown Jewel could have been so much more if they weren't stroking their own egos. As such, and going back to the old format too much. That would have been a far better pay-per-view if they did the narrative. As much as it might be predictable, it still would have been far better. As for WWE Evolution, I felt that as though that was the better, stronger card, and I feel as though what makes it so stupid is WWE Crown Jewel got plugged almost way more than WWE Evolution, yet WWE Evolution appeared, in my books, personally, and this is Matt Burns' views, at WWE Evolution was better than WWE Crown Jewel. That's just my own personal preference. But if somebody disagrees with me, please let me know. Tell me why you thought Crown Jewel was better than WWE Evolution. I'd like to hear some of you. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Be it either on a comment on the Spreaker page, on the social media, be it on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere. I'd like to hear it. But me personally, I just thought WWE Evolution was far better. It had more hype, more tension. The matches were absolutely brilliant. I felt as though the only match on Crown Jewel that was top notch, and I thought was match of the night. Well, I wouldn't say match of the night. I thought I thought the whole build up to the World Cup was brilliant. But in the whole thing, I personally felt as though the only match I wanted to watch was DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. Other than that, no. Where with WWE Evolution, almost every match I wanted to watch, and they had an absolute stellar card, and especially with the match which I thought match of the night, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Charlotte Flair. What more can you say? Last woman standing. They raised the bar. Well done. But overall, between WWE Crown Jewel and WWE Evolution was a better pay-per-view than WWE Crown Jewel. And that's just my personal preference. But anyway, let's move on from that and get on to British wrestling news. Well, not British wrestling news, some things I've been up to recently, which is, today I was actually at Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy. Now, that visit was absolutely brilliant. And, I can also state that the Wrestling Academy is, I can't speak highly enough of it. Soon as I arrived, they were all working hard, training hard, every student there, and this is what was so brilliant. This isn't just a testimony, or this is a testimony for the Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy. The fact that you had every single student listening to the trainer, every single one of them. They weren't anybody talking. They were paying attention. And they were showing an absolute amount of respect to their trainer. And the trainer was teaching them the right way. It felt as though an old school way, but with a new twist. And I can also say, absolutely cannot fault that training school for anything. The only thing I can say that they're doing is producing out some great talent, because I can also state they have different levels of classes. They have the fundamentals, they have their intermediate, and then they have the advanced class. And yet today, I looked at it and I saw some of the workers on, some of the trainees who were training there, and some of the fundamental ones, the one who was just doing beginner classes, were doing absolutely. They look like they should be in either intermediate or in advanced. It just goes to show how good that they raise that bar so high. So when they are fully ready for a show, they are going to be ready and producing some great wrestlers out of there. That if you notice what I was stated there, and well, to be honest with you, I don't think they'll just be producing some great wrestlers. They'll be producing some great talent who will know the ins and outs of the wrestling business. And I also think they wouldn't just be doing just wrestlers. I also think that they'd be doing managers, referee work. They do everything. They teach everything. Absolute brilliance. Can't recommend it more than enough. This is my own endorsement for them. Absolute. Matt Burns approved. Straight out there. Bam. And if I'm not mistaken, I might not have covered this as of yet, but UKWA and Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy are, have sort of a bit of an agreement between each other, and absolutely it's going to prosper. And I straight away there, any wrestling school that is linked with Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy is going to prosper, because any of them students who do end up going onto any of the shows that are any of the go wrestle on the shows of any company that is linked with Manchester Pro Wrestling, I can see nothing but great things for any of them wrestlers. Absolute fantastic, top to bottom. As soon as I walked in, from when I walked in, from when I left, I felt absolutely brilliant that every single trainee, and it wasn't just that, every single trainee was being taken care of, making sure that they were getting things right, and I cannot fault Xander Cooper, who is the head trainer for Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy. Top quality, keep up the good work, and I absolutely look forward to making another visit in the future, and I can't wait to see what they've got, what the students are going to be like down the road. Absolute top quality. Now, next week I will be at Wolfen Pro Wrestling on Saturday, checking them out, as they will have an absolutely brilliant wrestling card. So please check out Wolfen Pro Wrestling on their social media and everything. Check out the wrestling cards, and if you do actually by any chance go to Wolfen Pro Wrestling on Saturday and you do see me, you're more than welcome to say hi. Now, and introduce yourself. Say if you agree or disagree. Who knows? It could lead on to something. I like to hear back from. If you think I'm either pandering on too much, or any feedback, I listen to. and I greatly appreciate that. But as for Sunday, the following day, I'm not sure if I'm at a show or not. If I am, I will most likely try to get a pre-recorded episode out. But if not, if I'm not at a wrestling show, I will be most likely be live. I'm thinking more so I'm going to be live for everybody next week. But I just thought I'd just let that know. Now, I've got one more piece of news, and this isn't wrestling related. This is Burning Truth related. This Thursday is a very special day for the Burning Truth. Now, this Thursday, the Burning Truth will be hitting its 4-year anniversary. And to this day, I can honestly say it's absolutely astounding how long the Burning Truth has been going for. From early days, from the early days of the Burning Truth, from when it was a podcast, when it was everything pre-recorded on old dictaphones, which yes, it was, to now being a live broadcast, which still has its hiccups and now and again. I will admit that. But what I can also state, anybody who's listened in, anybody who's given any feedback, anybody who has thanked me for any mentions, anybody who's been involved, I would honestly state, thank you very much for being involved with the Burning Truth and helping push this further. But one thing I will state, please help continue to push it, as I will be continuing on with the Burning Truth and pushing on for many more years, and I look forward to what the future holds for the Burning Truth. Who knows, I might even do a special massive thank you on the actual day as well, or a special broadcast in regards to this. But thank you for listening to me, myself, and any of the past hosts who have been on here, past colleagues, past guests, and thank you very much. But anyway, moving on from that, let's get on to the plug stage, which is, please check out the UKWA, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance. Please check out UK Wrestling Media, also known as UKWM. They do fantastic footage work. I recommend everybody check out Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy. And one thing I will state about Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy, they do actually have a big beginners class, if I'm not mistaken, and it's usually on a Monday for £10 per class, 7 p.m, 9 p.m. As for locations, please check out on their social media, as I'll give you a direct link to where they do the training and everything. But please check it out. Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy beginners classes are on Monday, with only £10, but they also have many classes running throughout the week, which if I'm not mistaken, from what I saw when I was there, almost Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sundays are busy. I think Friday's the only day Xander Keeper has a day of rest, which everybody has to have a day of rest, but as I've stated in real life, there's no rest for the wicked, and that man has a busy schedule. So if anybody's interested in becoming a wrestler, please check out Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy. I recommend you all check out JG Printing and Stitching. They do fantastic work. Please check out websites such as like Mind and Changes UK for health and well-being, because the information on there could actually prove useful, helpful, and could end up helping yourself or someone that you know. The information that you do read up could end up helping somebody. You never know. I recommend you all check out Team 4 Star, because especially for the bridge series, for the Dragon Ball Z abridged series, and also any of the other bridge series. I recommend you check them out. I recommend you also check out the bands like The New Breed, Kamens, and and any other bands I've mentioned previously. And I recommend you all check out Botchamania. You're welcome, Matthew, as I've always got to fit you in for almost every episode. Check out Barely Average Studios on YouTube, which is a game reviewing channel. And check out, if you're into some live game streaming, please check out Fatal Misfire, which they are usually streaming on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Usually starts any time between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. GMT/BST standard time. And I also recommend you all check out Phil DeFranco. Please check him out. The guy's an absolute genius. It always makes me laugh, especially when bringing the news. And I want you all to check out two more channels, which unfortunately I'm surprised hasn't been on my list today, which is When Fandom Strikes. Please check her out. She's absolutely brilliant. It makes me laugh. And in case anybody wants to know how I got watching her, I originally got introduced to it on her TikTok, which brought me to her YouTube channel, and she seems to be trying to get herself as a full-time YouTuber and also still being entertaining on TikTok, especially with the series, which if I'm not mistaken, the series that she's been doing recently, which is Thoughts That Keep Me Up at Night. Absolutely funny as hell. Please check it out, please. And the last thing I want you to check, the last external plug I'll be giving is please check out Luke Moto on social media. The guy is, if I'm not mistaken, also does something part-time, which I believe he might be a wrestler who's caused me some issues recently at Fusion Pro Wrestling, but I'll forgive him for that, especially for the great content he seems to be producing on his YouTube channel, and he also does some interesting topics. So please give Luke Moto a check out. Hashtag Team Moto for life. And last but not least, I want you all to check out the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where you could be where you listen to us, listening to me live. It could also be where you listen to past broadcasts, past interviews, show reviews, merchandise where you can get some snazzy t-shirts. If I'm not mistaken, I'm even wearing one right now, and you can also get some office mugs which actually make some great gifts as well. There's also a blog page where I've been putting my predictions up. I will get round to doing an actual blog eventually. Apologies for the slight delay on that. But there's also a contact page where you can get in touch with myself, and a links page there is some links that are some of the things I've already discussed in the plug that are linked on there. Not every one of them is up there, but hopefully will be on there. But if you do go to use any links, please state that if the website does offend you, that the Burning Truth is not held responsible for. And I recommend you all check out our social media, which is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course Twitter, which has actually got a bit of a different spelling. For Twitter, it's WRESLING4THWALL. And of course, please check us out on Spotify, as we are now on there as well. And with that is a wrap up for this week. And as always, I hope you all stay well, stay safe, and actually, you know what? Before I go, I recommend you all check out your local wrestling on social media, because you never know, because they could end up giving some free tickets away, doing some great prizes. Please check out local wrestling. I do recommend that, especially places like Shropshire Wrestling Alliance, United Wrestling Live, and I just realised I forgot to do a bit of a review for United Wrestling. Unfortunately, it has been a busy week, and because with the restart I was going to be covering it, I will try to get that covered at some point. You know what? I might even try to see if I can fit it on for Thursday for the actual anniversary. So apologies for not getting around to that sooner. And with that, as always, stay well, stay safe, and please check out your local wrestling, and I will catch you all next week.